You're not successful yet, or at least not to the degree you really want to be. You might be on the right trajectory, but something doesn't seem to add up. So here are 15 reasons why it's taking so long to succeed in life. Number 1. You overestimate where you are in your timeline. Success is not right around the corner, okay? Success is at the end of this highway you're on. You probably expect it to come sooner than it's meant to happen. Here's the mistake that people make. You expect the target to come to you sooner instead of increasing the speed you move toward it. The more you learn about the world, the clearer it becomes just how far you still have to go. Don't focus on time, okay? Instead, focus on how fast you're able to move. Time flows the same for everyone, but we don't move through it at the same pace. This is the breakthrough that you're looking for. This is why other people manage to do it in a single year 3 to 5 times more than anyone else. This is why you've left behind so many of your classmates. You're simply not moving the same way. Take control of your timeline by taking control of how fast you move. Number 2. You failed to build a team and the systems required to accelerate the process. You're accustomed to doing everything yourself because you know how to do it best, don't you? Your entire life changes the moment you realize that even at your full capacity, you can't hold this rhythm for long enough for you to win. The sooner you get this brutal wake-up call, the sooner you'll realize the importance of bringing people in on your journey. No matter how brilliant you are, long-term you will lose out to those competing as a team. Working together as a team is a completely different beast than working alone. Trusting other people to deliver on their promises is just as important. And here's the golden rule of working in teams. Just do what you said you would do. This builds predictability, and predictability allows you to build self-sustaining systems. If the people you choose care about the destination just as much as you do, they'll work on improving those systems on your behalf. It will take some time, but once you all click in together, you'll be unstoppable and the growth will be exponential. Number 3. You don't know how to use other people's money to make yourself rich. Now this is the difference between people who climb 2 to 3 steps at a time on the wealth ladder versus those who climb up 1 step at a time. And it's not just in other people's money, it's other people's know-how, other people's connections, other people's businesses, and more. You're too much of a lone wolf, and that's good if you're hunting rabbits or squirrels or something, but if you want to take down the woolly mammoth, you need new tools and a pack to hunt with. You'll need to learn how to be strategic, how to corner it, and how to go in for the kill. The more you think about this metaphor, the more you'll understand your current limitations. Other people's money allows you to build wealth 10 times faster. Learn how to use banks. Learn how to pitch to investors. Learn to use crowdfunding. Learn to make genuine connections with people. The problem of using your own resources is that there's always a limit to your ability to finance your growth. Allow other people to take some of that risk and let them reap some of the rewards alongside of you. Number 4, you're not hanging out with the right people. And we're not talking about the people who can open doors for you, although that definitely helps, but about the people who are so committed and focused on their journey that they inspire you to push even harder. When you're in the presence of greatness, of success, of visionaries, some of their aura rubs off onto you. Without some of our mentors, we wouldn't have been able to dream as big as we're doing right now. Watching them move, hearing them articulate their own vision, brute forces your mind to shift gears and think in a way that you haven't before. It's always bigger. Bigger in terms of impact, in terms of the amount of action, and the size of the true end goal. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, has a phenomenal quote that says, "The fastest way to change is to hang out with people who already are what you want to become." Your main problem right now, believe it or not, is that you're unable to think big enough. Even if you say you do think big enough, you've got no idea how to connect the dots from your present to this imagined future. Number 5, because you haven't set, followed, and tracked your goals properly. Now, speaking of thinking big and setting big goals, you go through life in the general direction in which you want to go, but you don't structure it enough for it to become a process. You're like someone lost in the woods. You know that if you just keep going north, you'll eventually get out. Well, those super successful individuals, they've got a different strategy. They've got GPS, they keep track of the time, they check the weather, they create a progress calendar in order to have a predictable time frame of getting out of the woods and into that promised land. 90% of the population has dreams and wishes. 10% of the population has goals for their life, but only 1% has an actual plan to hit those goals. That's what makes them extraordinary. That's why you look at them in awe. You need to make a set of rules for yourself and follow them each and every day. Which brings us to our next point. Number 6, you lack the discipline to move the needle every single day. This video is about why you're not successful yet. The secret is in the things you do every day that get you one step closer to your target. You know how you feel. We know you're tired, exhausted, maybe even burned out. So learn to rest, learn to focus on other parts of the process, but keep that process going, okay? People hit this inflection point where they just want to burn it all to the ground and quit. But what you don't see is this progress you've made versus where you started. The more you zoom out, the more you realize just how far you've actually come. Your life is better today because of the little things, of the small actions. Because of those days where you didn't feel like putting in the work, and you still did something to move that needle forward. The biggest secret to our long-term growth has been the commitment to action. Once we say we're going to do something, we never stop doing it unless the fundamentals have radically changed. Number 7, you're not focused. Or better said, you're easily distracted. The world is abundant with opportunity, but you've only got so much brain power to go around. In business, this is called opportunity cost. The more time you spend on something else, the less time you invest into what actually matters. Find the thing that will probably have the highest impact on your life and make that your guiding light. Put on your horse blinders and go after that one thing relentlessly. Everything you consume, every action you take should be congruent with that one thing, because that is what's actually going to change your life. Number 8, you are not in the physical proximity of success. Did you know there's such a thing as physical proximity to success? Well, statistically, you're more likely to become a billionaire if you're in Silicon Valley, US, rather than Manipur, India, just to give you an example. Physical proximity allows for deals to flow and the opportunity to run into people who can be an active part in your growth process. Please remember this, Aluxer. The closer you are to the money, the more likely you are to make money. Hang out with rich people and you will eventually be rich. Hang around market makers and you will take advantage of the market. Number 9, you're not yet the person worthy of success. And what we mean by that is you don't yet have the skills required to achieve the tasks you set out for yourself. But that's okay, because it's part of the process. Very much like a video game, you need to build up your inventory of tools and experience so that you can move on to the next level. You think you're ready, but the upcoming boss fight might prove painful. Not putting you in front of the perfect opportunity is life's way of not squandering it on you. It's waiting for you to be ready for it. What tools are you missing? What's missing from your puzzle? In the ideal situation, what would your team be able to do to get you to that next level? Build those skills or hire the people who already have them. That's it. Now you know. Number 10, you don't expose yourself to enough inspiring information. Now, we believe in this idea of micro-learning, the notion of consistent consumption of valuable information that stacks up throughout your life. This idea of getting even just 1% better every single day has proven to be the most effective way to get high returns in life. Knowledge compounds over time, and you never know where that one piece of information that you're missing might come from. One idea from an audiobook, a course, or a piece of advice from a mentor could be the click that you need. And surely, this idea of compounding knowledge was a big inspiration behind building the ALUX app, and there's nothing else out there like it. We designed this app to be exactly like a high-level mentor in your life. When you sign up, you fill in a survey to assess your goals and where you are on your journey toward them. Then we build you a customized learning path where we recommend specific lesson bundles to get you started, on top of the daily coaching sessions and curated expert collections where we hire industry experts to sit in a studio in front of a camera to teach you the skills they used to get to the top. The app pays for itself within the first month alone, and if you'd like to start 2025 with a stronger foundation already in place, we've got a little gift for you. If you download the ALUX app and then scan this QR code, you'll get 25% off the yearly membership. By this time next year, everyone will be asking you how you managed to come so far, so fast. Number 11. You're invested in passive income instead of capital gains. Now, the biggest mistake newbie entrepreneurs make is they think that early in the game you should focus on passive income. That's wrong, okay? If you're early in your journey, the focus should be on capital gains. Pay attention, okay? Because this is important. If you've got $25,000, that's nowhere near enough to build passive income with. You might use it as a down payment on a home, rent it out, and have your tenant cover the mortgage. If you do all of the math, subtract all the expenses, you're left with like $200 a month in passive income. That's nice, sure, you've got a stream of income and building equity in the property, but that's not life-changing money. $200 extra a month might get you some more groceries, but it's not the shift you're looking for. At this stage of the game, instead of using that initial capital to build passive income, you need to find ways to turn that $25K into $250K. This is the challenge you have right now. It's not that you don't have enough passive income. Your problem is you don't have enough money to buy the passive income sources. Pay close attention to this important distinction, okay? The sooner you figure out your capital gains game, the sooner you can move into the passive income sources. But it won't work unless you find ways to consistently increase your income. And building on this point, number 12, you're not embracing enough risk and you're playing it safe. You're disappointed that you're not successful yet or it's taking longer than expected to get there, but you've been afraid of the risk. You're scared of taking the kind of risk that gives you the higher rewards. Maybe it's because you're not confident in your ability, which is why you should invest in yourself first. Maybe it's because you're scared of losing everything you've built, which leads us to believe that you've gotten to this point through luck or things outside of your control. A massive wake-up call came into our lives when we realized that if everything went away, our minds and everything we've learned is our biggest asset. Nobody can take away what you know. Of course, it would suck having all of your hard work swept away by this imaginary demon you projected into the universe that you live in, but everything around you is replaceable. It's just things and people that you met at one point in your life. You can build another team, you can get new tools, you can find new customers and build new products or services for them. And once this revelation happens, your attitude toward risk dramatically changes and you're free to pursue higher rewards. Number 13, nobody knows who you are and what you do. Let's be honest, okay? No matter how good you think you are as a product or service provider, if nobody knows who you are, they won't be able to buy from you or give you the credit you deserve. It doesn't matter if you're the smartest person to ever live. If you spend your entire life in a cave, not sharing your knowledge with the world, it's all in vain. If you don't share your gift with the world, you're doing everyone a disservice, including yourself. If you're wondering why you're not successful yet, the most likely answer is that you have an awareness issue. If what you deliver is actually as good as you claim it to be, then it's just a matter of getting in front of as many people that need what you provide as possible. If it's actually valuable, they will buy it. They'll tell their friends, they'll speak highly of the service you provided to them and how much you helped. People can't buy from you if they don't know that you exist. Number 14, you're being busy without being productive. If you know what to do, then do. If you don't know what to do, then learn. There's two types of work, okay? One that moves you closer to your goal and one that keeps things stable. If you're not making progress towards your goals, well, it might be because you're spending too much time doing only the maintenance work. Yes, okay, the engine is running, but unless you put the car in drive and grab a hold of the steering wheel, you're not going to get very far. Learn to tell the difference between being busy and being productive, and your entire perspective on what needs to happen will change. And number 15, you're actually scared of success and losing yourself in the process. As outrageous as this might sound, it's actually true for a lot of people. As individuals, we're scared of progress. We're scared of leveling up because it means effort. It means hard work is ahead of us. And it means we'll have to go into battle and conquer whatever comes our way. And we know that going into battle is dangerous. There's this pre-installed piece of software within you that's there to keep you out of danger. Why would you want to change anything when we're safe right now? We might not be doing that well, but at least we're not in danger. That's what the voice in your head is telling you. In order to make the jump, you become someone else. You keep the good, strip away the bad, and evolve into the next stage of your identity. You're not switching, you're not changing your core. You become something better. When the desire for more overcomes the fear of the unknown, you evolve. The true test here is realizing which of these 15 actually plays the biggest role in your life right now, and deciding to do something about it. In a test of honesty, we ask you, which of these 15 reasons is the main one holding you back? You got here because you were looking for answers, and if you did find them, well, like this video and come back to rewatch it every time you feel like your life has hit a plateau. And as for those of you who stuck with us until the very end, of course, there's a bonus waiting for you. And today's bonus, ask yourself, what's your superpower? Then bet everything on that. The jump you're looking for lies in your unique ability to do something. Everything you've learned up to this point, everything you've been through, everything you've seen, heard, and tasted contributed to this unique cocktail that you are. Put that authenticity to work and you'll end up successful sooner than you think. Nobody can compete with you when the game you're playing is being yourself. Nobody can be a better you than you are. Be yourself. Focus on the superpower of being you, and it'll prove to be the highest competitive advantage that you can find. It's the leverage that you're missing. Yes, okay, put your name out there. Assume risk under your own name. Show everyone who you are, and you will be rewarded. At one point, you'll wake up and realize just how much of an opportunity being you is, and you'll kick yourself for not making the most of it. If you're ready to use your superpower for good, please write hero in the comments. You are the hero in your journey, so build a better tomorrow for you and the ones that you care about. We'll see you back here next time, Alaxer. Until then, take care.